Welcome to the Tush Twins on MalcolmPresents.com. Again, not exclusively. I don't know. Are we on Many Shades with the Tush Twins?
No, not
Okay,
at the moment.
Then exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com. And as
Abs-
always, Max, take over.
Here we go. I'm going to do the intro because we have a special guest and I want to get this episode out like everywhere. So move over Lucy and Ethel, Laverne and Shirley, Thelma and Louise, Betty and Wilma. Come on. Here come the Tush Twins with tales of friendship from Brooklyn and beyond. Maxine Faith and Paula Rose, aka Rusty, aka the Redhead, aka the Bunny. We'll clue you in on that. We'll bring you through their 60 plus years of friendship with levity, drama, joy, and unabashed platonic love. Yep, best friends can have platonic love. From Brighton to Coney, New York City to the burbs, and out to the whole wide world, we have been through it all, and we will take you through our journey. We know each other so long and so well. Our atomic particles have been joined at the Tush. We are the Tush Twins. We hope you enjoy our tales. And that pun is intended because we're going to see a lot of tale today as the bunnies go. There's a song, right? Here comes Peter Cottontail, rotting down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity bunnies on their way. Okay, Paul, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Today we're discussing Playboy and the Bunnies. And we have a special guest with us today, Miss Sheryl, Bunny Sheryl, who really was back then Bunny Melissa, because there was a Bunny Sheryl there. So Bunny Melissa, aka Sheryl, aka Bunny. Hello.
AKA Bunny. Wait, so Sheryl, you now the bunny, who changed it? The bunny mother? They do things like that? Who changed your name? And then
well, she just told me that there was a Bunny Sheryl, and even though she spelled it a different way, there couldn't be two Bunny Sheryls. So I hauled in my little sister's name, Melissa, because I was always jealous of that name.
Oh God. Okay. Paul, how did you get your name? Bunny? What was your name? Bunny what?
Bunny Rusty.
Bunny Rusty.
Bunny
Okay.
Rusty. The reason I took that name is because I was using it for modeling.
I thought there was another Bunny Paula though. No.
There was, but there was, she was leaving, so I could have had the name, but I liked Rusty better.
Well, Rusty is pretty obvious,
Yeah, I wonder why.
I can't figure it out.
Pretty obvious choice.
So
Sheryl and I met back in 1978. We were online together for the audition for Playboy. There was a special audition. We were looking for the 5 or 6 perfect bunnies. And Sheryl and I are standing online. We're yapping away. And we're looking around. These women are tall or blonde, beautiful, gorgeous women. And I'm looking at her. I said, what the hell am I doing here? We're online for how long, Sheryl? About 4 hours?
There were nearly 100 people there, and it was called the Bunny Hunt.
The Bunny Hunt?
We were out there for quite some time in the sun, as I recall.
Yes,
Neither
it
one of
was.
us, really needed that.
So what made you decide to go online to become a bunny and answer separately, one at a time?
Okay,
Sheryl, we'll go with you. What?
Well, for me, I had just come to the city, and I thought I had a whole career out in the regions, and I finally said, to really make a living, I'm gonna have to go to New York City. And I got there, and these gals that I met that were in the modeling industry, they said, you have to get a day job. And I said, no, I have day jobs, out there. I'm here to work. And they said, yeah, but you have to get a day job.
Excuse me, what type of work were you looking for?
I wanted to be an opera singer. I didn't know there was such a group looking for me.
Oh, you're an opera, right?
So these gals said, why did you go to the Bunny Hunt? And I said, I'm too old. They said, they can't ask. So I went.
Wow.
And it was great because Rusty and I saw each other across a crowded room there on the sidewalk. And we just started talking and we still haven't stopped.
Well, now you have to go Some Enchanted Evening with Ezio Pinto.
That's right. Sam and Janet, yeah.
Some
Yeah,
That's
Enchanted
why-
Afternoon, waiting
That's why I
online.
use the quantum entanglement theory so much, because you and Rusty were quantumly entangled. So Paul, how did you find, I mean, how did you get on that line, and why
It was,
did you want to do this?
I went to a Halloween costume at Cheryl Lebo's house at the time, and I went as a Playboy bunny, and I always wanted to be one. It's either that or a cat. I wasn't a
Right.
good enough tap dancer, though I tapped. But I
Shuffle,
want
hop,
to-
step,
Step, shuffle, hop, step, shuffle, hop, step,
flap,
flap,
step,
step.
flop, ball change.
Are you 5'10"?
Step, step, slap, step,
I'm
step.
5, Emma, I was 5'8.5". I'm now 5'7.5". I
Oh.
shrunk. But my husband at the time said there is a article in the paper looking for the bunnies. It was the Daily News and the Post, and it was a big thing looking for the 5 or 6 perfect bunnies. And he says, I should go try it because I was modeling. And I said, okay, I'll go. And when I got there in my Capizio dance suit, because I was a dancer, I swore to God I would never make it. So I went in, I talked to Cheryl, we're talking, blah, blah, blah. And now all of a sudden we get in. And we're watching the other bunnies doing their auditions. And what they go is, tell us your name, where you're from, and what's your ambition. Then smile, then turn around. So they were going, hi, my name is Georgia, and I want to be an actress, and I'm from Kansas. And they were going on, and they smiled. So finally, I'm watching this, I'm going, "Ugh." So I got up there. Now they have Peter, remember Peter? You remember Peter, Cheryl?
Yes,
And
I
Ellie with
do.
her bunny mother and a few other people. It's my turn now. And they go, where are you from? And I'm thinking, I'm never going to get this. Just might as well do your thing. I went, I'm Paula, AKA Rusty from Brooklyn, New York. And when they said to me, okay, that's enough. And they go, smile. I said, which way? Do you want my back smile or my front smile first? And then the bunny mother and Peter, who was the general manager of Playboy, said, okay, next. And as I'm walking off, they said, you're hired. You don't need to come back for the second one. I was the first one hired because they said I had, and I spoke to Ellie years later and she goes, because I was funny. She thought I was beautiful and I had a personality. I
You?
wasn't afraid.
It reminds me of the late Ed Asner, who died the other day.
Yeah.
One of the lines from when Mary Tyler Moore interviewed for the job,
Right.
Mhm.
and he said he hired her, and she said, why did you hire me? She said, because you're spunky.
Right.
Well,
And
that's
spunky, that's good. She said, no, I hate spunky.
Right.
But you
So,
sounded like you were spunky.
Cheryl, how did your audition go? What did you do?
It was the same for me. I went for laughs.
Mhm.
I mean, at that point, are you going to be boring? I don't think so.
Right.
So-
Right.
So the two of us were basically hired that day. We didn't have to come back.
We
And then
didn't have yet.
we didn't have to start training till February. Now, training is a manual this thick. I mean,
Really?
it's really thick. And you have to have a 90 to a 98 to pass. If you do not pass, you can't be a bunny.
They give you a written test?
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What were some
A
of the
written
questions?
test,
Do you
an
remember?
hour, more than an hour. It was a big test. They had a
Oh
huge
my God, it's
calling
like
order at the bar.
Do you remember any of the questions?
They ask you the calls for the liquor calls. They told you,
Call drink.
yeah, no,
Right.
but
You
it
had to have
tells
the ice and the liquor and the glass, the type of glass, all in the same order.
you- Mhm. And what the little garnishes and everything in the glass had to be,
Oh, the
and then
garnishes.
do you remember that?
In other words, you had to be a good bartender.
We basically, because of being a Playboy Bunny, we were excellent bartenders because we knew every single drink that was there and all the specialty drinks. And especially we had to know how to greet and entertain our clients, which was hands off us, look at us, but do not touch. And we had to learn the bunny dip.
Bunny dip.
How to take the order. Carrying, I had to wear a brace under my cuff for a month because I was holding 15 drinks, large drinks at once.
Heavy, very heavy.
Did you serve food also?
Yes.
So did you have to hold the tray?
Oh, yes.
Yep, the bunny dip. I remember that because when I was there, you did the bunny dip. Mostly you had someone else at our table. It wasn't Cheryl, it wasn't you. When I took my brother-in-law for his birth, like I think it was 18th or 21st, I don't remember. He had a time. You basically took, I forgot who it was, but she was really sweet with him. You know, she kept an eye on him. He had a good time.
Maxine, how did your interview go?
How did my interview go?
As for a bunny.
This is as far as I go. My only interview is, I like bunnies, but I know this one. I know Cheryl and I know Paula. That was enough for me. I couldn't even imagine doing
Cheryl,
anything.
when it came to working on the floor, I was really good at remembering drinks and waiting tables because Playboy Bunnies is a glorified waitress with 3-inch heels and a smile. Cheryl ended up being in the, she sold memberships and she was the best.
I couldn't do it. I hit the floor, glasses were going, ice was going, the bartenders were pissed. I get frustrated, I couldn't remember. I was a terrible waitress, terrible. And the bunny mother, Elena, said to me, she said, you just have to last 6 months and then you can take a training program for the gift shop or the customer service or the door. So I managed to make it without getting fired for 6 months.
Wow. Did you have, I mean, I know you said there's a thick book and there were a lot of terms, a lot of things you had to deal with, like, you know, dress, makeup, outfits, dealing with clients. What if you got an obnoxious man doing something? Were you allowed to date anyone? I mean, give us a little background on dealing with an obnoxious guy.
Cheryl?
Well, these big old security guys kind of materialized out of the woodwork.
So there's guys who take care of you.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Did you have any problems? Because I remember just conceptually, you know, a bunny was not a loose woman, but you know, someone that showed off what they had, so to speak.
No, absolutely not. Bunnies were
to a teenager. I'm talking about.
I wore Skippy or bathing suits. That costume was like that was a beautiful costume. It was the best costume I ever wore. And at one point I wore Taylor dancer costumes.
You were a June Taylor dancer?
Costume.
Did you say you were a June Taylor dancer?
I was in a kick line at Carnegie Hall impersonating the Rockettes, and we wore June Taylor dancer costume.
Okay.
But that bunny costume, that was cut exactly to our bones. And that's why you couldn't lose or gain 5 pounds from your hiring weight. Was because you know, no gapping, no volumping.
So you were constantly on a diet then?
No.
Well, no.
Oh, but if you wanted to be in, you know, work in the show business, whatever you were doing, you were always watching your weight anyway. So.
And I was lucky because I didn't have to diet. I ate anything I wanted. I never gained an ounce.
That's true.
We were taking so many dance classes. How could we gain weight?
I know. I was taking Phil Black every other day.
And JoJo's Dance Factory.
Oh my God, yes.
So did you meet any celebrities when you were there? Because the Playboy, you know, had, you, Hefner, used to invite a lot of, well-known actors and celebrities there, or did they have a special VIP room for them, or were they out in the, the regular dining area?
A lot of sports celebrities, but also Chimino, he came in, that director.
Who?
Who
A
came
lot of
in?
sports activities,
Sports people?
A
sports
lot of
people,
sports.
right?
Yeah, a lot of sports guys, a lot of
But
baseball.
movie people too.
Yeah.
And we had Tom Jones came in a couple of times. He's always trying to hit on every bunny there.
Did someone
Um,
throw them their panties? But not the bunnies. You
no.
can't do that.
You know, if someone came over to you, and there's cameras everywhere, even back then, if someone even came over to you and looked at you the wrong way, there was a security guard right there. They protected us. Most of the bunnies, I would say 95% of the bunnies, were college educated. They're there to earn a living. They were very pretty, but they needed a job. And this was a stepping stone for a lot of women to be a
Was
bunny
it-
there.
But I would think that a lot of them wanted to be, like you said before, when someone auditioned, I want to be an actress, or I want to be a model, or something like that.
We had
To
people
me,
in
as an
medical school,
outsider,
we
I
had
would think,
everything.
what?
A lot of people in college at graduate level. We had 2 people studying medical to be medical doctors.
Yeah, they were.
How'd
went to
they have
school.
time to be bunnies?
Well, they did it, but we made a lot decent money.
Mhm.
It was good money, and
Was it tips?
And it
A lot of
was corporate,
tips?
it was so civilized and organized, and we were protected. It wasn't just like working in some bar where anybody can walk off the street and take a shot at you.
Well, I
Well,
guess the clientele, to join the Playboy Club, you had to be a member.
Yeah,
And there was initiation, and I remember it was fairly expensive. I never went to the New York one, but when I moved to Los Angeles, they had a Playboy Club at Century City, and my radio station were members of it, so I used to go there a lot for lunch to take clients.
Right.
There
Well,
was
it was
well,
like the clientele, they had a certain standard of behavior because there was a lot of professional people in there.
right.
yeah, especially
In
because of
Manhattan,
New York.
anyway, we were right on the plaza, right across from the Plaza Hotel and the GM building there.
Right. I remember that.
Did you work with any waitresses that became famous actresses or something in showbiz? Are there any names?
Blondie was there.
Who?
Blondie was there.
Blondie, I was gonna say Deborah Harry.
Blondie?
Yes,
Overlapped Blondie.
yes.
And,
She's one of the bunnies that left that we took over.
Really?
But
I read in the history of it that Gloria Steinem became a bunny so she can do a story on it.
Yeah.
She, from the feminist perspective, and she, did you guys feel objectified at all, or you just were doing a job and that was it?
it's one of the best day jobs I ever had.
Mhm.
That's one of the best. I worked nights a lot, and yeah, it was the best job I've ever had. It was most fun, and I'm still in contact with a lot of the bunnies. Look at Cheryl and
Tia,
Tia.
unfortunately, the bunny mother died, Elena.
Yeah, Ellie.
But we were
Which one?
friends up to the end. And we even had a store together over on the 9th Street in the East Village.
Right. What did the bunny mother do? What was her job?
She did.
Well,
a bus
there
stop.
was 100 girls running around in different directions.
So she was literally like a mom.
Yeah, she was.
You had to go in, show your fingernails,
Show your
make
fingers,
sure your
that's right.
makeup, get on the scale,
Turn around so you see all around.
around, did everything. And if you look perfect, you're gone. You go on to the floor. And
What if you weren't perfect that day? What happened?
you were
What would you
sent
need to
home.
do?
Yeah,
What?
If you gained that 5 pounds, you were off for 2 weeks until you
Wow.
could lose it or
Lost it.
Wow.
Well, actually, when I worked, when I first came to LA, I was working as a captain in a French restaurant, Baudry's, and in the Bonaventure Hotel. And what you talk about, the maitre d' had all the captains and the waiters lined up, and he looked at their fingernails, made sure they, were manicured. There was no dirt underneath. Made sure you had at that time, no beards, you know, if you had a beard, you had to go shave.
Yeah, she was sitting at her desk, that the scale was right across from her desk. And we
Yes.
would walk in and turn around, you know, showing, trying to pretend that we had done our nails freshly. And then when you got your paycheck, you weighed. once a
Really?
week.
That's
What
Wow.
way in, please?
But here's
did-
the best part, you know what? You go, when people go to waitresses in regular restaurants, they're serving like this, they're going forward. We were taught, so it looks very elegant. You did the bunny dip, so you were sideways. You weren't in their faces. So everything was done
Keep your shoulders
sideways.
back.
Shoulders back, tray up. Yeah, my hand is still hurting thinking about it now. My
Did you
wrist.
did you get some aches and pains from like walking in heels and serving, or
No.
you were so
I
everyone
always wore high heels because I modeled. And
Right.
then from there, I went from being a Playboy Bunny suit to hot pants and vest at Jilly's, becoming a Jilly girl.
Okay, that's a whole other show. That's a whole
I'll tell
other
you some
show.
stories about Jilly, the associations I had with Jilly.
Jilly
Yeah.
was like a father to me. I love that
With a friend
man.
of mine, Ken Roberts.
Huh?
No, this
What?
friend of mine, Ken
Oh,
Roberts, was a friend of Jilly.
Yeah, that again, we'll have to do this again on another, because Paul,
I even
she
had Cheryl into Jilly's for a while.
She did.
you-
did.
she
I
got
was
you
like, why
into-
do you want another job? We need to get these other jobs. And she's like, money. And she was so right. Also, we got to sing.
I
And
sing
there's,
a
you
lot.
know,
sing where?
and friends, you know.
Oh, you got to sing at Jilly's.
Did you ever do any opera?
Yes.
That you wanted? Did you sing at all in any opera, any presentations?
Well, I didn't, I of course tried to sing at nightclub stuff like Rusty was doing, which was really hard for me. I would have to sing show stuff like Gershwin.
That's what I
Right.
did, or pop songs.
Pop songs?
I sang a lot of pop songs and show tunes, and I started doing this at 18 in bowling alleys.
I remember
By any
that.
chance, did you have any videos of those days?
That was
No.
those days. Everybody has a phone now.
Oh, now everything's on YouTube.
Yeah,
And
you know,
then
we
we
could just be
started-
making this whole thing up. There's no proof.
Did you ever meet Hugh Hefner?
I got the picture. Here's the
Ah.
proof.
Oh yeah, that's us.
Oh man, that is awesome. You
Well,
have a picture. You have a picture with Hugh? No, yes, maybe.
There's one.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Well, that was the door costume, right?
The door costume. I had 4 different costumes, and most of them were in the browns and burnt colors to go with my hair.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it seemed
Yeah.
you were all legs.
Yes.
She still is all legs. And if you try to walk with her in the city now, good luck to you.
A curiosity, what is your inseam? You know,
33.
the length of your trousers?
33.
33, and you said
33 and a half.
5'8"?
5'8".
I was 6
I'm
foot. I was 6 foot and my inseam was 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely long legs.
You
I
have long
would-
legs.
Yeah, I'm like 2 of my steps to one of hers, always. It
I
was
had, when I
never,
worked at NBC as a tour guide in the page, Jean Shalit nicknamed me Chicken Legs.
Chicken legs?
Yeah, Chicken Legs. So everyone at NBC, every time they saw me, Chuck Scarborough, all them, hey, Chicken Legs.
chicken
Yeah, but
legs. I would
somehow,
not even go there. I don't know, Cheryl. She doesn't have chicken legs.
No, me, I have chicken legs.
yeah,
I'm
I
so
didn't see
sorry.
chicken legs when I saw that picture. I'm sorry.
Chicken legs is,
I'm a little older there. This is back when I was like 26.
Yeah, they ain't chicken legs.
sorry. I can't agree with Jean Shalit.
Because my skirt was the shortest skirt they've ever had at
I-
NBC.
I can't even imagine. I mean, so here's a quick pop quiz.
Okay,
Where did Hefner get the name from?
the Playboy Bunnies,
Yeah,
Bunny
Bunnies.
Club.
where did he get it? You know?
Wasn't it a friend of his? No.
Cheryl,
What
you want
was
to try?
it? Oh,
Do you know? You
do I know
both
what?
Playboy.
What was the question?
Where did he get the name to call it, the bunnies, Playboy
Bunnies.
Bunnies?
Playboy Bunnies?
Where did he get the name? How did he?
I don't know. Probably Victor Lowndes.
Actually, he was a
Victor
student at
Lowndes, probably. Oh, you know?
I do. I'll tell
Tell
you. Would
us.
you like to know? You
I-
two bunnies who are
No,
bunnies
I-
and I'm
You
not a
probably are
bunny.
reminding me.
Max does her research.
I'm a researcher. While you were doing all that stuff, I was researching.
And I was
Anything
ogling.
you want to know, let me know. I'll find it. So anyway, Hefner was a student at the University of Illinois, and he would sometimes dine at Bunny's Tavern in
Oh, that's
Urbana,
right.
Illinois. So he got it from Bunny's Tavern. He took the bunny and just gave it,
Yeah.
So were you guys ever asked to do a magazine shoot at all, and what's the difference between the Playboy Bunny and a Playmate?
Okay, Playboy Bunny was just at the club in the bunny suit and the waitress or the show bunnies. Playmates were who did the magazine. There's two separate things. I was asked a couple of times because I'm a natural redhead. So they asked me a couple times to be a Playmate and I said no, because I know people getting the magazines in my family. I just couldn't do it.
I can't even imagine getting an issue with you in it.
No.
I kind of would have lost it, I can't imagine. I don't
But I
know.
did the test shooting and I almost said yes. And then I said no at the last minute.
Okay. Could you forward me some of the test shots?
I have no idea where they are anymore.
No one, it's really so
Did
today, do you think?
Did you get to meet Hefner? I mean, did he come into the restaurant or often or?
Yeah, he came in, but he was, you could meet him and he was pleasant, but he was pretty retiring. I mean, they kept a case of Diet Pepsi for whenever he came.
Mhm.
Well,
He was very shy.
did he live in New York or did he live in Chicago? I know eventually he was in LA.
I thought he lived in LA, no?
Oh, Chicago.
Yeah.
Eventually, but didn't he start out in Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah, Chicago.
Well, that's where he went to school in the University of Illinois, so.
Yeah,
He
because
was
I think that was,
Playboy International and Chicago was Playboy International. And I think Los Angeles was Playboy International. Everybody else was
A franchise.
franchise.
yeah, I think at some place I still have my Playboy Club. Playboy Club ID.
You have a key?
I have an ID. It's sort of like a, like a
Yeah,
credit
you're
card.
too young to have a key.
I never had a key. I had like a credit
You
card.
have a key.
I have an
Wow.
original key.
That is
It's
so
from New
cool.
York City.
That is
It's in the
cool.
New York Club.
Well,
You
kind
put-
of weirdly, there was a Playboy Club not far from where you are now in Great Gorge area in New Jersey. So that only lasted an X amount of time. And then they opened a new one in New York. But
They
that
opened
didn't
one
last.
in Atlantic City after the one in, they opened one in, they were begging bunnies to come to Atlantic City to work. And we said, a lot of us said no, but a few went. That closed down when Trump had troubles with
Atlantic
with
hotels.
With everything.
with the
Yeah.
hotel.
That was
and
on the one
everything.
on Lexington, but they had boy bunnies too. It was all
They had
different.
boy bunnies.
Yeah, we had another one, yes. I wasn't there at the time. I was
They
already
had
gone.
Boy
That's-
bunnies.
That's worse than male stewards
Oh,
on
boy.
airlines.
Well,
It didn't last very long.
As Max knows, I'm a chauvinist.
yeah,
and-
you
Yes, we
are.
know.
And I
We're
admire women.
aware.
And I
You're-
admire women. I remember when I first went flying, in the 70s, mid 70s,
Mhm.
stewardesses were beautiful. I mean, they were like models. They were like, Playboy bunnies. And then now you go today and I won't go into it because we can,
Don't. Just
because we can have the show banned.
Don't.
So,
Don't.
the idea became not so special. By the time the club closed, which I just stayed, it was a good job. They were having sweet 16 parties in the showroom. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, no.
like dressing up the girl next door sexy was like everybody was, you could pay $25 and somebody would sit on your lap in these other clubs.
Really?
Yeah, no,
The idea was over.
yeah, I guess it didn't, that's maybe why, aside from the pandemic, but it opened in 2018 in New York and it closed in 2019. So that's before the pandemic. And then they
Right.
reverted back to it being like a regular kind of club that you can rent out or whatever. And the memberships were starting at $5,000 and they weren't getting people. So
They
it
weren't
just,
gonna get that anymore.
it just, it just closes up and then that's that. But so today in the Me Too world, what do you think? Would it ever have opened under the conditions today?
No, unfortunately not, because no, they wouldn't
No.
open today.
Right.
We
But
can have
back
a
then, it
Silver
was
Bunnies Club.
A
Silver Bunny,
the Silver Bunnies Club.
the Alta Cocker Bunny
Uh,
Club.
Did you go to any reunions?
We went to a reunion and we
Good
had.
shape. I don't know about you guys.
Did you enjoy the reunion we had? Cheryl,
Did I enjoy what?
the reunion we went to at Ellie's restaurant?
Oh, God, yes.
Mm.
Oh, that was great. We've had a few reunions over the years and they've been really wonderful. The last one I think was in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I couldn't make it. Dennis
I didn't
had.
go to that either. You and I were like right up to the last minute and then we didn't go.
Yeah, did you guys ever get to,
hip surgery?
did you ever get to the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills?
No.
I don't think I ever aimed in that direction.
No,
No, I
never
mean,
wanted to.
But anyway, guys, we have to get you back on, maybe bring a few of your other bunnies, ex-bunnies, but we ran out of time.
we ran out of time.
Time is up.
Oh,
Oh, you
Well-
mean we talk a lot? Is that it?
Yeah, but we would have to have you back to talk again.
Yeah, but it's fun because I want to find out more stories.
We
Remember the
want to
stories.
get some stories too.
Well, I
you know.
didn't even tell that one about you coming in late to the catering meeting. I love that one.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot.
stories to tell you. Funny
Well, I
ones.
have a story too, so it's gonna have to be on the next episode
We'll do part
of the,
two.
we're gonna do a part two. Is that okay, Cheryl?
What is
Yeah.
that?
We want to
No,
do a
part
part two. Is that okay?
Not right now, right?
No,
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 no.
at a later date.
It'll be
I
called
think I
Bunny.
have nothing to do.
Yeah,
That's
Bunny
right.
Redo.
No, I didn't say that. I
Yeah.
just said we'll do
Yeah,
a
that
part
would be
two.
fun, and it would be really great to get like Tia and God, I don't even know who's
Tia.
around.
Can you
Well-
get another bunny on? Friend? to
Maybe
come on?
Tia and Marie, Betty Marie.
Tia Maria, yeah.
I think they might still be around. Both of them.
But by the way, tell them if
Might
you
still
speak
be
to
around.
people.
What does that mean? That's scary.
We lost a lot of friends.
That would be great if you could have a couple of more bunnies and we can do like a bunny story, bunny hop. or
Bunny-
something.
Bunny
A
hop.
bunny hop.
A bunny hop.
But by the way, guys, tell
this
tell
is-
all your friends and your bunnies, they can hear the show on malcolmpresents.com. And it's called Tush Twins.
Wait, Paul, put it down, put yours up on the screen and I'll put mine down. See if we can, wait, hold on, this might work. Bring it up. The Tush Twins.
Guys,
Woo!
I've had enough of this.
Okay,
By the way, I don't think we'll be on next Wednesday because I think that's, I'm not sure if that's Rosh Hashanah.
No,
Well,
it's
it's
Monday
not-
night.
Monday and
it's the
Tuesday,
second
right?
day and so it might happen.
Okay, we'll be back. Are you gonna be back with us next Wednesday?
I think
Yes.
so. We'll be back
Okay.
next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
All right. So
Bye.
Cheryl,
Thanks a lot,
thank you
Cheryl.
so much.
Thanks,
And-
Cheryl.
We'll,
And
we'll,
again-
we'll do another two. We'll
And
do,
I-
we'll
and
do
I-
a little dip. For
And
you.
I want to see the rest of the outfit.
That's right.
Bye.
But Cheryl,
Bye,
you can
ladies.
Come an opera singer, by the way. Mwah.
Ciao.
Bye.
Name.
See you in the magazines.
Okay.